Guys, this is official. We just had our first Federale stop.
Yeah, that was actually very interesting and delightful at the same time. They were very nice.
Oh yeah.
It's about to be a ride. We're about to do a bunch of twisty turny stuff. It's probably going to be pretty steep.
We just arrived to Las Grutas and we're actually camping right by the river. Ooh, it's warm! Warm and cold! We're Dennis and Liz. For the past 3 months, we've been RVing Mexico with 2 other full-time RVing couples, the New State Nomads, and I'm Not Lost, I'm RVing, getting to see and experience incredible food and places along the way. In our last travel vlog, we were getting ready to leave Mexico City after spending 4 wonderful days in an Airbnb, eating and seeing all we could. Alright, so time has come for us to leave Teotihuacan Trailer Park and head to our next destination, but last night a huge caravan of RVs came through. So 12 brand new RVs are here. Every single spot is filled up and there are a ton of huge Class A's, making getting out of here a little bit tricky. So luckily we were in an okay spot. We were able to dump and now we're hooking up the bike to move on, but I don't think the New State Nomads are in as good of a spot. Oh, so fun.
Because of the Class A's in the air. Come look at this. I know.
So once we kind of figure out how to get out of here, we're gonna head about 3.5 hours to Grutas de Tolantongo. Guys, this is official. We just had our first Federale stop.
Yeah, that was actually very interesting and delightful at the same time. They were very nice.
Federale stops are very common throughout the country. The Federales are the national police. The Federales do lots of stops like this or have random stopping points where they may flag you down, specifically just to ask you why you're here, make sure. Sometimes they'll even come on board, which they did not do for us. All they asked for
was just our paperwork. Do we have our passport? Do we have our permits to be in Mexico?
Which is the
got
FMM.
Yep.
And they wanted the originals because we
right.
made copies so that if we ever got pulled over by someone who wasn't maybe a Federale, we would just hand them a copy so they couldn't try and hold it hostage and ask for a bribe, which does happen. It's just, I don't think it's as common as people think. But
yeah, well, most of the time we've heard from friends who visited prior that you always want to give the originals of everything, no copies of whatsoever of anything, to the Federales. Now,
and that just confirmed it.
The municipal police, like the local town that you're in, like those guys, I would probably lead with the copy and then try to figure out why they stopped you, and then if it's necessary, maybe show them your original. But you don't want to immediately give an original of your passport, your driver's license to a municipal police officer. That's just what we've been told.
Yeah. They just asked us why we were here, which border we crossed from, how long we were planning on staying, and all of that had to match our FMM paperwork, which it did. We're here for the 6-month tourist visa. So it was a very pleasant experience, but we saw them start to flag us down and we're like, all right, it's happening.
That was a little bit of nervousness, like I wonder why, but at the end of the day, this is the thing. It's like, you have to realize if you're not doing anything wrong,
nothing to be nervous about.
There's nothing to be nervous about.
Which we're not.
So yeah, right on.
So now we're gonna head to the Grutas de Tolantongo, because we're only about 45 minutes away. before you enter the canyon where Las Grutas de Tolantongo is located, there's a large gravel parking lot at the top of the mountain with some pretty incredible views. On the weekends, loads of tour buses wait here, sending smaller vans down to get the passengers since larger buses or RVs wouldn't be able to make the journey. The new states unhooked their CRV and we headed down. The road getting down is extremely steep and windy, and there were moments when we were definitely biting our nails. But we took it slow, did lots of wide turns, and found it was 100% doable in an RV or van that's around 26 feet or less. We arrived on a Sunday evening after 5, which helped us avoid having to pay the daily pass per person of 150 pesos. Instead, only had to pay 20 pesos that night to camp. Plan to stay at least 2 nights, if not more, to make the most of your time here, and pay for your day passes and camping up front. We passed the hotel and shuttle area as we headed to our campsite by the river, and we saw swarms of people waiting to get back up the mountain. We were so thankful we chose to come during the week rather than a weekend because it gets super busy at Las Grutas de Tolantongo. We were able to camp directly next to the thermal river. It is boondocking, meaning there's no water or electricity hookups here, but it was probably one of the best campsites we've had in all of Mexico so far. And at 20 pesos per night, it really can't be beat. We just arrived to Las Grutas, and we're actually camping right by the river. And this is a hot river because this area has tons of volcanic activity,
Right.
which are why we can go to these amazing hot springs and warm caves tomorrow for exploring. But since you're camping here, you can pretty much go into the river whether they're open or not.
Right, so the caves and the pools are closed, but if you're camping, you're right next to the river anyway, so you can jump in it all night.
So we have wine, we have a cheese plate, and we're gonna go get our hot springs or hot river on.
Hot river.
Such service.
Oh, wow. Totopas and cheese.
Like, so nice to be able to come into a hot river, but when we're done, we don't have to drive anywhere because that's our house right there. We got wine, we got snacks. This is a perfect way to end the day. This is definitely off the beaten path. We had to specifically go 3.5 hours backtracking kind of into the middle of nowhere to come here. So we really sat down and said, is this worth it? Do we want to come? And tomorrow's going to be even more epic, being able to go into the caves and the actual hot springs on the side of the cliff.
Right.
But this would have been worth it alone. I'm glad we detoured. It's worth the detour, worth the crazy drive.
What's up?
Say hi.
Good morning.
Did you see the view outside?
I can't see the view from here.
That's our view for the morning.
Here in Mexico, but I can see why. There's amazing cascading waterfalls and all of these warm thermal pools that you can literally relax in the middle of the jungle. And there's a huge cave you can explore, but we're gonna go up to the tunnel first. Woo! Let's go. Let's go.
Ooh, it's warm! Warm and cold! Woo! It is crazy.
This is wild, dude.
I know.
It's like swimming in Carlsbad Cavern. Oh man, it's gonna be cold.
I can feel the coldness. Are you ready for that?
Whoa. That was crazy. Holy cow.
This morning was amazing. Absolutely so much fun. What an incredible way to start the day. Dennis ended up cooking us a delicious lunch. Beautiful kimchi grilled cheese. We sat by the river, listened to the water at the CRV picnic table. And now we're going to go to the other side of the park to experience the hot spring pools. We chose adventure for the morning, relaxation for the afternoon. So let's go.
Let's do it.
The color of the water is just so incredible. It's this bright turquoise blue because the minerals in the water. And it's definitely hotter. Like in the cave today, there were sections that were super warm. But then in the river, it's a little bit milder, so it's like the perfect way to relax at night. I should be happy I'm getting my workout, but whew.
It's a hike, babe. We shouldn't be doing it in flops.
Flops aren't the hard part. Water, 10 pesos, it's not bad. Except we didn't bring any money this time. Not very smart.
Yes, we did.
How much? Okay.
You require agua. I require cerveza. Suspension bridge selfie?
Yeah.
This is the famous photo, what I feel like Las Grutas de Tolantongo is known for. There's thousands of pictures on Instagram that made this place kind of like famous for Americans and tourists beyond Mexico. It's pretty epic. We are officially heading out of Las Grutas de Tolantongo, and I can safely say this was an absolutely incredible experience that was well worth going out of our way.
For sure.
If you're considering it or on the fence, it's definitely like a bucket list worthy destination.
Yes.
It was every bit as good as I kind of imagined it to be, and almost a little bit more. I had always seen the Instagram pictures of the thermal pools, but I didn't really know much about the caves. And honestly, or the waterfalls,
or the river.
Yeah. And honestly, all of them together made it that much better than I ever expected.
It was like a water park.
It was like a water park, but natural.
Yeah.
Oh, it's incredible.
It was really cool.
Don't let the road scare you. Don't let the off the beaten path, kind of out of the way destinations like stop you from coming here. It is so worth it. You could probably do it. Just keep in mind your size and your height and get here because it's amazing.
Yes.
So now we're going to head back up the mountain and then head into Puebla, where we're going to explore the beautiful town of Puebla.
Let's do it. Everybody say Tolantongo.
Tolantongo. Tolantongo. Tongo.
It's not an.
Yeah, it's an. T-O-L. Tolantongo.
I thought it was Tolantongos.
Tolantongo, I believe. We'll have to look at the spelling.
This is how today's been. Constant battle of wits.
That was absolutely stunning and awesome. Like, but I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, I was just saying,
Telephoto. It's like just all it is your chin.
Way out here? Yeah. No, that's great.
What was that?
My phone. All good.
No cracks?
No cracks.
That's amazing. Damn. Wow, that was gracious.
There's no step.
What's that?